Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for this exclusive YouTube workout. Today we are doing glutes and thighs workout number 2. So it's an intermediate level, I'd say intermediate level for sure. And on the reformer I'm using, which is by Marathon, I have 3 heavy springs. So we're gonna be doing some work with both legs together, and then we're gonna be doing some alternating work to start with. And so you might wanna go down a little bit in what you would normally use for your footwork springs. So I'm gonna come down onto my back here, and I'm gonna find what we call neutral, which means I have a little space between my lower back and the carriage, and my arms are resting and shoulders are open, headrest is up for comfort, and I'm gonna start with my heels on the bar here, about hip distance apart, so really right in line with the sit bones. And then I'm gonna press the carriage out and return. And as I press out, I'm gonna exhale. And as I come back in, I'll inhale. So I'm gonna push right through the center of the heel here. And just keep the carriage moving. And a couple things you wanna focus on. As I said, press through the center of the heel. And then also make sure you're not locking your knee at the end or kind of hyperextending here. Control that part. So you're gonna slow down at the end and come in. And we don't want to crash into the stopper either. You want to keep a good pace going without crashing or snapping. Then I'm going to come in, and here's where we really get into the glutes. We're going to float the hips off about 1 inch. Still maintain that curve in your lower back, and then press out from there and come back in. Now guys, put your hands right here on your hips so you can feel whether or not they're tipping. They shouldn't be tipping. They should be staying level the whole time. And you should not be lifting and lowering your seat. It should be staying just 1 inch or so above the carriage the whole time. Feel that in the hamstrings and glutes? It's awesome. And then come back in. Now, here's where we go into our alternating. This is a little tricky. You're gonna press out. Make sure you put your foot right in the same spot on the foot bar as you come in. And now you really wanna make sure that the pelvis stays level here. That's the goal. And exhale, press out. And come back in, and press, hips are still lifted, and press, and come back in and lower down. From here, you want to go into the high half toe position. So this is on the ball of the foot with the heels lifted. Press out, and come back in. Press, and return. Now here, it's like you're standing on your tiptoes. That's what high half toe means. So you're at the way end of the ball of the foot, right where it meets the toes. And you try to keep your heels lifted in space. Your feet are still hip distance apart, and your hips are down and pelvis is neutral. Then, come on in. Let's float the hips off, press out and in. Now try to relax the toes here. Don't grip with the toes. Hands on your hips if you're not sure whether or not you're staying level with your pelvis. That'll help. And keep breathing. Exhale away, inhale in. Now the pressure should be on the ball of the foot between the big toe and the second toe there the whole time. And come in. Now we do the really tough one here. Press out with one leg, come in. Be careful as you place that foot on the foot bar, right in line with your sit bone, and then switch. Exhale out. Now don't speed up. Press away. And again, press away. Keep that pace the same. Stretch the knee right out there and come in. Press. This is really good for the thighs and the glutes and the hamstrings and the calves. Such a great leg workout. Come in, set your hips down. Now, we're gonna go into what's called second position, turned out. So you're gonna put your heels on the bar on the outside and turn your legs out. Find your neutral here. Hips down, press out and come in. Push away. And again, pressing out and return. Exhale, press. And right in, and let's do that again. And push. Now the knees should go right over the center of the feet as you come in and out. And last one. Now, float your hips off and press out. So in this position, we're really targeting the glutes because your legs are turned out, which your glutes help to do, and you're pressing away, extending the leg, which your hips, which your glutes do as well. Press out. Let's do 5 more here. Exhale, press. 5, and return. 4, and 3, and 2, woo, and 1 more, and come on in and set your hips down. All right, now we're gonna adjust the resistance here. And what I'm gonna do is take off 2 of the heavies. I'm gonna go to 1 heavy and 1 light spring. Coming back down and taking the straps, and I'm gonna cross them. So I'm putting the opposite strap on each foot, like so. Stay in the center of the carriage. And now a couple things here. You wanna keep your feet a little bit higher than you normally would so that those straps don't hit you. And then you're gonna keep the legs hip distance apart like we had them on the foot bar, and press out and in. Exhale, press. You're still neutral in the pelvis and lumbar spine. Ribs are relaxed, shoulders are open, breath is flowing, guys. Exhale, away, inhale to come in. Now you're gonna notice it's much harder to keep those legs going in a straight line and parallel than it is on the foot bar, because we have more of an open chain, it's called here. The straps are not firm, so as you press out and in, your legs can go all over the place. And we want to control that. Now, as you press out, you're going to open the legs a little wider, and then come back into that hip distance apart. Open and press at the same time, and come back in. And again, press out, and come back in. And let's do 5 more. Exhale, press. Inhale back in, and press 2. And return. And exhale, press 3. And right in. And 4. And 1 more time. 5. Now, hold them out there. Notice if you take the legs too low, that was ropes hit, so don't do that. Bring them back to parallel, hip distance apart, legs straight, knees not locked. Lift up and pull down and away. Inhale up. Exhale down and away. Now I'm keeping my feet flexed so I can really focus on work through the heels, which is a really good way to connect to the glute and hamstring, posterior chain. Inhale up. Pull down and away. And again, pulling down. Last 2, not too low here. And don't sink into the lower back as you hinge at the hips. And down. All right, come on in. Now I'm going to keep the spring the same. You might find that you have to take it down a little bit. And I'm going to take the opposite strap and place it on my foot. So left strap on the right foot, and then come to the center here. Then you're going to bend and stretch just that one leg. So now you're doing the same work that you were doing with 2 legs with 1 leg. And press out and come back in. And let's do that a couple more times. Press. Keep the hips still. Abs have to work to do that. And now we're going to go into our bicycle. So you're going to press 1 leg out. As it comes in, you stretch the other leg out. Press and return. Relax the arms. And again, push out. And return. Let's do a couple more. Feel those glutes working. And in. And press. Now I'm going to change this a little bit. You're going to press out. And then you're going to lift that leg up. Lower it down. Don't pull from behind the knee though. And then come back in. What I mean by that is as you come up, feel the work here in the glutes and hamstrings. Don't lock your knee out. And down. And come back in. And again, exhale. And control it. Lift. Pull it back down. And come back in. If your form is failing, you might have too much resistance on. Change that spring. And down. And come back in. Woo! Okay, let's switch to the other leg. So, now you're going to take the right strap and place it on your left foot. Legs tabletop. Square your hips off. And just start with that bend and stretch like we did on the other side. Press away. Come back in. I'm keeping my foot flexed and really pressing through the heel here. Control it. Don't let the leg come in so far that your pelvis changes position. You really want to maintain that control. Add your bicycle and come back in. Whoa, keep those legs going in a straight line. And then exhale, press out. Inhale, return. Let's do that again 2 more times. And return. And 1 more. Now we're going to add that lift and lower. So press the strap leg out. Control it, lift up, don't lock it, pull it down, and then come back in. Now, see if you feel a difference between how it was feeling on one leg to the other. That's why we like this unilateral work, because we can really balance out the two sides. And come back in, and again, press. Keep that leg going in a straight line. And we got one more on this side. You're gonna press out, exhale, and lift, lower, whew, and come back in. All right, put your foot on the foot bar to help you, and then take that strap off. And let's put it over, and come on out. Now, we're gonna stand here. We're gonna do a little bit of standing work. I'm gonna go just to the one heavy spring. Now you're gonna have to figure out where you need to be on this one. You're gonna grab your strap, but I can tell you right now, you wanna hinge over your carriage so that you don't pull the carriage off. You're gonna keep the strap just about an inch or so above the shoulder rest the whole time. Then come into a side lunge here, bending the leg closest to the pulley, the other leg is straight. Hold the strap in front and press out and return. Push with the legs. Stay low over the carriage so you're not lifting the carriage up as you press out, and press. If you hit the stopper like that, you might want to start a little bit closer to the foot bar end, and press. And again, push with that leg. And two more, press. Feel the side of the glute working. One more, press, and come back in. All right, from here, put that down. You're gonna turn and face that foot bar. Put your foot against the shoulder rest, get your knee off here, and let's push back and return. We can go up a little bit. I'm gonna add a light spring, so one heavy, one light. Push and return. And press and press. Now give me 3 pulses. 2, 3, press out. 1, 2, 3, press out. Nice, strong, straight back. Press out. One more. 2, 3, press out, and come in. Now, all we're gonna do is take that light spring off again, so I'm working with one heavy. You're gonna keep your knee off, straighten that back leg, and just do a front split with foot on floor. Press back, and come back in. Let's do that 2 more times. Press, and return. And one more time. Press, and in. Now lower the back knee down. So single thigh stretch from the floor now. Gonna be a little bit deeper in the hip flexor when you do that, which feels good. And one more time, just exhaling back, shoulders open, push with your feet, not with your hands. And come on back in. Okay, now I use the spring on whatever side of the reformer I'm working on to help the carriage move a little smoother. We're gonna do this on the other side. So we got that one spring on. You start in this lunge position here, and you're gonna go sideways, stay low. Keep that strap just above the carriage, and back. Push with the legs, and come back. And again, press out, and come back. Press. Rocco is so unimpressed by this. And 2 more. And one more time. Press, and back. All right, now let's get rid of that. I'm gonna come over here, face the foot bar, add my light spring. So a heavy and a light, scooter position, and shoulders open, push back, and return. Press. Now try to keep the hips as level as possible. Push through that back foot, and press. Now we're adding those pulses in. 3, 2, 1, push out. 3, 2, 1, and again. 3, 2, 1. We got one more. 3, 2, 1, press, and in. Woo, those pulses give you the burn. Take the light spring off. Come forward. Back leg is straight, and you're gonna do your front split with foot on floor. Sink and press back. Remember, just arms for balance. And one more. Then come forward. Let's drop that back knee and do your thigh stretch. Pressing out and coming back in. And hey guys, if you like this, be sure to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to our channel. We put out a new video about every week on YouTube. It's just short, 15-minute workout. If you'd like to see longer workouts, and come back in, then check out our website and app, Garey TV, where we have hundreds of full workouts with notes. That's it for us. I hope you enjoyed our second glutes and thighs workout. Check out the other videos on our YouTube channel as well. Thanks for joining me. I'm John. This is John Garey TV. Bye.